Hello and welcome to my channel Making Crafts. Today I'm continuing to use LineDotArrow's Steampunk kit as well as her vintage ephemera kit with the steampunk theme to it, and I'll link both of those below. And so I've gone ahead and cut out some tags and cut out the bingo card, and I am going to be making different little pieces for my steampunk journal today. So let's get started first with the little tags. So with these I want to make a trifold, but what I want to do is use little hinges to hold them together. So I've cut these hinges out using my Silhouette Cameo, and this is just a file off of the Silhouette design store, and I will put the artist in the name below. In case you don't have a Cameo, you could find the artist. Some of the artists do sell their things online, and you can use it for other machines. So what I did first is I cut the pieces out and I glued them together. And so these are two different pieces glued together, and I'm going to hold it up and see if you can see it. Let me get in the camera. Oh, the camera's not going to focus, is it? Maybe you can see. And so then it was just brown paper. So I'm taking some of this metallic gold wax and I'm just rubbing it over the brown paper just on the top piece just to kind of highlight it, and it gives it like a little brass hinge kind of look to it. Let me trying to get the light here. And so it kind of gives it some shimmer and shine like it's a little piece of metal. And so I've already gone through and done, I got one more to do. I've already gone through and done most of them. And I don't think I'll have to use all these, but I'll go ahead and get them all inked up so that, well, it's actually metallic wax, and get them all done so that I can use them. Let me get the lid on and I'll show you. It's from Little Birdie, and it's the antique gold wax. Okay, so let's get started. Let me find my glue. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hinge it so that it is a trifold. So what I want it to do is I want it to fold. Actually, I want it to fold back like this, and then it's going to fold onto itself, and then we'll attach it to the page. So let's see how this goes. So these have a little fold spot where you can just fold them, and I'm just going to pre-fold them before I glue them on so that they are ready to bend once I do have it all together. That's already folded that one. Okay. I thought these were cute little hinges. And I thought they went really good with the steampunk theme, and steampunk is just so new to me as far as creating a journal. I've never really created anything steampunk, so I'm having fun coming up with ideas for this, but at the same time, it's taken a bit for me to figure out what all I want to do for my journal. I do want it to be a very interactive journal, so that since the steampunk has so many different elements and so many kind of like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Steampunk is more about exploring, and it's futuristic, but it's also Victorian and vintage-like, and it makes you think of when people are discovering things and creating new machinery. And so I want it to be interactive, like it's something to explore and be like creative. So we'll see how it turns out. Let's see if I am successful with that. So then we turn this over and add some glue here. And so when I'm adding these, I am making sure that I leave the hinge part, the part I folded, unglued, so that it in just a little gap, so that it does have room to fold. Let's see here. I want to line these tags up, and you leave about the same amount of gap between top and bottom. Just press that down, and then, oops, maybe I should fold it and do it, so make sure I got enough room. Let's just do that. That away. There we go. So that looks good. I do like how that looks together. And so now I want to, so this one's going to fold this way, and so then I want this one to fold on top, so I'm going to put the hinges underneath. So I have to think that through here. So I'm going to just add the hinge on the back side. I have to think I'm going to have to fold this one this direction. And I'm just going to try to eyeball it, lining it up with the other hinge that's on this side over here. Then I'm just going to add some glue. And I'm going to add this one. Make sure I get that on there good. Lining my tags up. Let's see that that folds back. Make sure everything's folding up like I want it to. There we go. So let's make sure I got that right. So I'm going to fold this way, and then I'm going to fold back this way. And yes, and then this is going to attach to the page. So that's working out right. So let me add another one. I think I can add it straight across now that I've got the one on. So let's just try to line it up over here with that one. Just eyeballing it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then just get these pressed down. And then I'm going to fold it to make sure that it is working out. So that's cute. I like that. So that's how, and so it'll be on the page like this, and then you'll fold it out, and then you can also be able to fold it and write on the back side of it. So let me add the hinges that's going on the page. So when it wraps around the page, I want it to wrap around like that. So I'm just going to add this side for now. Just glue on this side and leave the other one unglued until we figure out which page is going on. I just want to eyeball lining it all up, making sure that I have it all kind of lined up. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. And that looks good. Okay. So I'm just trying to make a few little things like this today to go in my journal that's going to be pretty interactive. So that's cute. So then the next thing I'm going to work on is I'm going to make a bingo card, but I'm going to turn it in, have some little clock hands on it. And so these little clock hands, I've just once again cut out on my silhouette, and I will link the file below, and I'm using those. Right here is my clock piece, and so my hole punch won't reach that far in. So let me find a mat here. Let me find my foam mat. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just use my awl here that like I used to punch the holes in my journal to sew it up, and I'm just going to take and eyeball the center here. I'm just going to put it right here of the free, it's not the center of the card, but the center of the bingo part. So where it says free, I'm just going to stick that in. And I have a little bitty, I can't even think what you call these, but it is a little paper clip thing that I'm going to hold it on with. So I'm just going to line these up, and I don't want to glue them because I want them to be interactive so that they move. So I'm just attaching it and just putting it through the hole. And I decided to use a black one sort of match the hands. Oops, I forgot. I want to put, before I add all this, I want to put this little gear on. And I may have to move up to a larger. I'm going to put the gear here. And then I'm going to add the little hands. Oops, I want to add the large hand first. I'm not sure which one's supposed to go first, but I'm adding the large one and then the little one. And then let's see if this little clip will be long enough. If not, I'll add the large one to go all the way through. Okay. Thinking it's not going to be big enough. Let's let me see here. Because when I did make those hands, I did take, yeah, it's not going to be, the whole thing didn't go through. When I made those little arms, I did layers, several layers of cardstock together so that they would be thick. Let me see something here. What if, would this one go through that hole? That's what I gotta make sure. Yes, okay. So that's gonna work just fine. So let's just layer the hands and then the gear. That may be the problem. It may not go through that gear. I may have to pick out a different gear to use. Okay, so I paused the video and I found my bags of gears, and so I found this one will fit over it. Some of the holes were just too small to fit, so I'm just going to layer the hands, the gear, and I am using that larger piece of, I'm not really sure what you call these. I'm going to have to look what you call those. And so now I am going to just attach it through the hole. And I'm trying to decide, the little legs are sticking out the back side. I think that'll be okay though. And I don't want it to be so tight that the arms don't move. So let me see. I'm just going to see how that goes. See if I got it loose enough that it all can move. And it can, sorta. So let me loosen it just a little bit more. And I may have to punch the hole in the clock arms to be larger. Okay, so that's cool. So that works. So now we have the little bingo card with the clock on it. So now let's see, what else did I want to make using this? I wanted to take these, and I'm going to turn this into, it's a tag, but I'm also going to use both of them together, and I'm going to make a pocket on the back side of this tag, and then I'm going to attach it to the page. Kind of like I'm hinging this one to the page, I'm going to hinge this one to the page as well. So let me cut across here. Okay, and then I want the clock on it, so I'm just going to cut right across here. I think that's how I'm going to do it. So there we'll have a pocket so that we can put a tag in it. And I'm going to take and add the hinges first. I'm going to have a hinge here, and let's see, I'm going to have and this is the hinge that's going to attach it to the page. So I'm going to have a hinge here and here because I don't want to cover her up. So let's see, let's make them about the same distance from the, or we could put 3. Could have one here, here, and right there. I think that'll look good. So let me add, oops, I gotta take the needle out. So let me add that to the page. Okay, so we're just going to stick that one there. And then let me put this one, and then we'll center the other one compared to the rest of them. And I planned on doing my steampunk journal in March, but somehow March has slipped away from me. So I'm going to be working on this journal throughout the next month or so, because I have a lot of little things I want to make for it. So it's going to take me a little longer to make this one than it has some of my journals. So I'll just be sharing videos as I do create little pieces for it. And if you are interested in following along in this series, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and then you'll hit the notification bell, and that way you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. I do have a lot of other journals that I'm going to be working on at the same time, so I'll be working on those and then slipping this one in occasionally as well. Let me see if that's going to fold. Yes. And I do appreciate everyone subscribing. I have actually reached 500 subscribers now, and that is so exciting. And my next goal is 1,000. So when I reach 1,000, I'm going to do another little giveaway. I'm going to try to create another file, another journal file, or some sort of crafting file to share with you. So now that we have those on, I'm just going to go ahead and add this. I didn't actually have to wait, but I guess I wasn't sure how I was going to do it. So I'm just going to add this. And I want to ink this. I should have inked it before I started adding the hinges, but let me go ahead and find my ink and ink this pocket, and then I'll ink the front best I can. I want to give it sort of a older look to it, so let's just ink this up. in the front here. There we go. I'm liking how that ink is looking. And I'm using soft suede, and this is a Stampin' Up ink. I don't even know, I've had this one for so many years, and when it runs out, I'm gonna have to go looking for more, but I don't even know if they still offer this one, but this is my favorite ink that I own. It ages everything so good, and I just love it. So I hadn't looked recently to see if they sell it. I don't even know if there's a year on it, because I have had it for years and years, and so it has lasted me a long time, and I use it constantly. This is the one ink I'm constantly pulling out for everything, and it goes really good with this one as well, this book, with these papers. So now I'm just going to attach my little pocket on. Just going around 3 edges. And before, well, I'll glue it on, and then I can, let me see, let me find my punch. I want to punch a little, okay, I found my punch. I want to punch just a little tab at the top here. I guess what you call it, little half circle, so that you can reach in the pocket. And let's see here. And my 1-inch punch is another punch that I leave. This is a newer one. I've actually destroyed my other one. So my 1-inch punch, normally my circle punch is left on my desk at all times, but I did try to clean up the other day, so I'm having to pull everything back out now. I'm actually having to find everything, because I think when I cleaned, I hid it all from myself. So but there we go. So that's going to look cute. Let me get a piece of paper and I can show you, just in case it's not making sense. So on the edge, when the page, the page is folded, this will be a page in the book, and then you'll just attach it to the edge of the page, and then you'll have the hinges on the other side. And I think that's going to look really cute. And so that's another one using this kit. Let me move some stuff out of the way. So this is the tags from the kit, and then this is another set of tags that they had in the kit. And I think I may hold on to, I don't know if I'm going to hold on to I'm going to hold on to these pieces until I get done, and then I will, then I'll decide if I need to keep them or not. So we've got a few more pieces ready for our steampunk journal, and so I think that's all I'm going to do for this video, and I do appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a great day, and bye.